Another
Sweet.
another Packer pick.
Yep, we should be good. Oh, you can see, right?
Hmm?
You can see. You don't mind the camera right there?
No, mine at all.
All right.
Are we live already?
Yeah.
What's up? It's your boys from the CBC. Day 2 for the draft, man. We're a little late. We both had some stuff going on, but yeah, we're Packers pick
I'm gonna go
round
plug
2.
yours in.
Okay. We're Packers pick round 2, pick 54 right now. So round 2's almost done with.
You want to post on the Instagram that we're live?
Yeah.
I got one hit and one hit.
Don't mind the dog in the back.
Yeah, don't mind the dog in the back. My kid's here in the background too. You know, we on dad shit. But yeah, ain't nothing stopping the CVC. Let me go ahead and go to our socials.
All right, we're good.
Dirty ass camera. All right. Oh shit. Wanted to do a video. I didn't do a video. Hold the fuck
Here,
up.
let me do it.
All right. My bad, son.
Tune into the live. Got the draft going.
All right. It's your boy Chris. That's your boy Jay.
Oh, already.
Oh. It's all good. It's all good.
Post it on the stories.
Make sure you eat, okay? I know you might still be a little full. Boys and Girls Club. Lit. Let us know if y'all hear us pretty well.
Let me see.
Let us know if y'all hear us pretty well. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I think it sounds better having this.
Hey, we hit 30?
Hey, hell yeah. Let me see.
All right. O-line? I don't hate it.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Tune into the live.
My bad, y'all. Sending out to the socials, letting everybody know we're on right now. Live in living color. You want to plug this in?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all hit me up on the phone, just know I ain't got it. All right, some O-line for the Packers. Don't expect a spicy podcast. Again, like I said before, I'm on dad mode, so you won't see me drinking like you did yesterday. Did you win?
No.
Did they tie? Or are you playing a new game?
The win.
Oh, you still got time.
I got orange.
Son's in the background playing Rocket League.
Where'd I leave that charger at? I leave it out here? Yeah. All right. I'm going to go plug it in.
Okay. I think when it comes to the second round, guys, you know, the most notable thing I think that's going to be talked about is that Shador's still not picked, and the Raiders just keep trading back and back and back out of position. They traded with Miami. I believe they also traded with Houston. And yeah, they just keep forcing themselves to go further back um, in the draft rather than locking a potential quarterback.
My hypothesis right now is that the Raiders know Shador is falling, and so they're trading back to get as much value as they can to get Shador.
If that's the case, it's smart because you know you acquire
Let's
a
see who the
lot.
Chargers go.
You got Melvin Gordon out here announcing it. Okay.
I like that.
Ole Smith, Trey Harris, a nice big body guy. I feel like a lot of the Ole Miss guys, like, they're getting a lot of love this draft class.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, you only see like 1, 2 guys. He looks solid. He's got some decent route running. Yeah, we're speaking on Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, going to L.A. to the Chargers. That was a nice catch. That was a solid highlight for him. They got
So
a
now they're loading.
yeah,
Harbaugh's loading for Herbert now.
yeah.
You drafted him his receiver last year.
Mhm.
You draft another receiver this year. You draft him his running back.
Yeah.
Especially since you needed your void after Austin Eckler left.
Yeah. And you bring in Najee Harris to be somewhat of a threat at running back.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, definitively, obviously, you probably roll in with Harris as the starter, but obviously, it'll be Hampton's job at some point. We'll see if the Raiders actually pick at 58, or do
Or if they trade.
trade again. But Chicago's on the clock.
How you sleep at night? On a mattress. I got a mattress for a sleep expert helped me find it. It's got cooling technology because Nana sleeps hot. So now I sleep.
Is this your size?
Hmm?
That your size?
Did I bite out of it already?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me then.
There's 2 slices left. You want split 1 and 1?
That's fine. I'll probably just leave the last one for us.
All right. I'll just leave it in there.
Shout out Pizza Guys.
I keep
Man,
keeping you.
obviously, the NFL themselves, due to these commercials, they had Sanders going a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm.
You probably had him as the face of this draft class, and the fact that he's falling drastically. He might be a 3rd-round pick.
It's not like he fell to the end of the 1st round or he fell to the beginning of the 2nd. He's falling into almost 3rd round territory right now. And that makes you wonder. That makes you think, like, the media could hype up a certain prospect, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, the media isn't the GMs.
Yeah.
The media doesn't know how the GMs think.
Because as far as like prospects that have gotten the attention that Shador's gotten, it's Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young. Like those, that's the height that he's gone into.
Yeah.
And some of those guys, you know, they've either panned out or have done decent in their sophomore years. I don't know.
Me either.
I watched some First Take today. Stephen A's take is that GMs are tying in the fact that he's coached by dad.
Yeah, I could see where GMs have a red flag on that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like I was trying to tell you and AJ yesterday. You have him getting coached by his dad his whole football career. Of course, if Xavier is good enough to play quarterback, and I'm a head coach, and I'm able to coach him up all levels, of course I'm choosing my son to be the starter over anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not to say that Shador hasn't earned the spot. You know, he's came out and said that, or Dion said that, you know, he made him earn it in Jackson State.
He did because when Shador had committed there, he didn't.
Just play a different game.
And Dion was the head coach at Jackson State. After Shador had committed,
Okay.
Shador wasn't the quarterback one rolling into spring ball.
Yeah. You got to trade for the next pick.
Mm.
So Chicago's on the clock, but we get Broncos and Detroit trading. Detroit will get the 57th pick.
So it looks like Detroit's trading up and the Broncos are going back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does play a lot of factors that he's.
Hey, what's good, Abraham? We're in round 2, pick 56, day 2 of the NFL draft right now.
I know Marcus Spears and Dan Orlovsky's take is that if Shador didn't have so much media attention on him, you wouldn't have expected him to be traded that high. But because he did, you look at him in the limelight because of so much media attention. Hey, for our WWE fans,
Seth Rollins.
you got Seth freaking Rollins, winner of the WrestleMania Night 1 main event, that I think really saved that night for that WrestleMania card.
Rollins is from Illinois, isn't he?
Yeah, he's from Illinois. No,
No, he was born.
he's from Iowa.
He was born in Iowa.
Yeah, he's
but
from
was
Iowa.
raised
He's
in Illinois.
he's a Chicago fan though. Crazy because him and CM Punk butt heads a lot.
And they're both Chicago's.
But Punk's a hockey fan over a football fan.
Yeah, I've seen Punk. Special guest at the Blackhawks games before.
There's two different rumbles that Seth Rollins came in a Chicago Chicago Bulls type gear, and then a Chicago Bears type gear. Lambeau was booing him for sure.
I don't know how I would feel. I'd be like, "Fuck, that's Seth Rollins."
Yeah.
But fuck, he got a bear suit on.
Yeah. It's crazy how much those NFL titles go for. They're like $500. I'd get one, but I feel like 500 is a little.
Yeah.
It's much.
Abraham. Yeah, Shador's still on the board. He has not been taken yet. And we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks away from the third round.
Out of those teams that he could go to, the Raiders still sit there at 58.
The Raiders have not traded back. And wait, because the Raiders do have the 4th pick in the third round as well.
Do you take them now, or do you wait till the third round?
Well,
because the Giants,
so
KC, and Cleveland won't take them.
You have.
All right, Bears
the
Bears
Bears
go tackle.
Get tackle Ozzie Trapillo from Boston College.
They've been doing a lot of O-line. I think
Well, the Bears just drafted the earlier pick in this round. Wow, a 6'8", 315-pound tackle. That's a big boy.
I think the only other guy that's 6'8" in the league, Maliato's like 6'8" too.
Oh yeah. He's like 6'9", I think.
Becton's like 6'8".
Yeah. So when you look at the Raiders, if they don't go Shador, you have Baltimore, Denver, Washington, Chicago. Damn, Chicago's picked like 3 times in the second round already.
Yeah.
KC, Philly, the Giants, KC, Cleveland. Cleveland might snoop him with the 3rd overall pick in the 3rd round.
Yeah. There's definitely no teams left that would just grab him just because.
No.
Like, I know I've joked and said KC before, but I don't see him going there realistically.
How crazy would it be if Detroit got him?
Well,
and kind of set it up as
they have
Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, they have Hendon Hooker, so it'd be like, you obviously don't believe in Hooker
as your backup.
I believe Bridgewater is still on the roster.
He could be. I don't know.
Kind of already got your 3 quarterbacks there. Wouldn't make sense to grab Shador.
No. The Lions might not draft a quarterback until the 2029
does Baltimore
draft.
take him?
No.
As a backup?
No.
Because at this point, he's not going anywhere to be a starter. Unless the Raiders grab him.
No, I don't think the Ravens get Shador. It'd be a nice fit, though. I think Shador would be very good in that triple threat offense.
Like, I don't think Lamar's maybe... Like, he's obviously a leader in that locker room. But I don't know if he's been put in the position to mentor guys. So it'd be interesting for him to go mentor somebody that kind of got put in the same position as him, except the team ended up cashing in on him
Yeah.
his year.
Well, I'm gonna call it right now.
Because if the Ravens didn't take Lamar, was Lamar slipping into the second round? Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call it right now. You hear it here first on the CB Central. Whoever drafts Shador is either going to just get a, okay, it was a low pick, oh, whatever, or they are going to cash in on the biggest gem in recent history.
That's crazy. That's an insane take. But hey, that's what we give you guys on the CBC. It's all raw and genuine. That's how he feels. I personally don't feel the same way about Shador. It's just when you've been with a coach so long, and the fact that he just happens to be your dad, you got to break away relationships at some point. We'll see if he ends up being the player that his dad coached him up to be away from him.
What if? How crazy would it sound if Jacksonville drafted him?
I mean,
Lions go guard Tate Ratledge, 6'6", 308 guard out of Georgia.
That's good. It builds on the O line that they already have.
Yeah, they lost a few key pieces
Yeah.
at O line, so
That's good for them.
yeah, doesn't hurt.
We've seen a lot of O line go this year.
Yeah, I
That-
want to
that's
say
crazy.
more than half the draft so far has been O line or D line.
Yeah, I want to say the last maybe 2-3 years, it's been predominantly edge rushers and D linemen being taken, and now you just see so many O line going this year.
Yeah, but I think that's because almost every NFL team, aside maybe 2 or 3, have their solidified quarterback.
Yeah.
Like in recent years, there was those teams where they don't have a quarterback, or like a good chunk of the league didn't have their quarterback.
Yeah.
But almost every team is solidified at quarterback now, to where
you can safely go build on that now.
yeah.
I think
Raiders
pick is in. Is this Shador?
If
We'll
it's
see.
not Shador might
need a
be
receiver.
Cleveland or Vegas in the third round.
They need a receiver, man.
They do. I believe. Who's still on the board? Let me see.
Isn't Isaiah Bond hasn't been picked, right?
No, he hasn't. But Isaiah Bond would be a Raiders pick. Like, no pun intended, but like Isaiah Bond would be a Raider pick.
Yeah. Apologies for a little silent, man. I think there's been a lot of suspension on these Raider picks.
Yeah.
We definitely have had our eyes on the Raiders in this draft. Outside of our boy AJ, Devontae in the group chat, they don't have a quarterback. Shador keeps falling. Milroe's still there. Ewers is there. Will Howard is there.
Okay.
There you go,
so
wide
Raiders
receiver.
go Jack Beck,
TCU.
wide receiver from TCU. Obviously, the last time there was a wide receiver from TCU that was drafted, did not end up well. Do you know who the last receiver from TCU was?
No, most notable guys for me is Jason Everett and Trevon Boykin. I don't remember.
Wow. So the last receiver from TCU to be drafted in the first or second round was Quentin Dropson.
Yeah, see, I don't even know who that is.
Quentin Johnson.
Oh, Quentin Johnson. I thought you said Dropson. Dang.
No, I did. Dropson.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's because he really didn't come into the league and be game changing. He had somewhat of a decent year last year, but nothing insane.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the Raiders, they got a guy that comes into that room.
Hmm.
He's 6'1", 214 pounds. The keys they posted here is ball skills, physical yak, and
Comp is Allen Robinson.
I
That's
mean
not a bad comp.
it's not bad. He's gonna be elusive, a speedster. We'll see. I think you guys definitely just need depth in that room
Yeah.
because you got Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker. Your best receiver on the team right now is Brock Bowers.
Yeah. But I mean, Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker aren't bad either.
No, but they're not definitive 1 and 2 either.
No.
They're just 1 and 2 because they're on that roster that doesn't have a 1. Who knows if this guy's it? But he looks motivated.
Dada,
What, Papa?
it's not even broken. This is actually so good.
Yeah, the remotes are working. Okay. They got him projected coming in being the number 1 receiver. Raiders War Room looks happy with that pick. So,
Yeah. So you got running back and receiver.
all right, we'll see if you guys possibly land Shador in round 3. Pick is in for Baltimore.
So if you're Baltimore, where you go here?
I mean, you're also another team that needs receiver.
Well, yeah. I could see.
They need some linebacker help because Malik Harrison's not there anymore.
No.
You
They
obviously-
do. They do. I believe they don't really have anyone on the line.
On the O line,
D line.
you got Matabuke.
Other than that,
and-
you don't really have anyone
Yeah,
else.
other
though.
than that, no.
I
You
could
probably
see.
invest in
I
the
could
D-line.
see the Ravens going D line.
Because you got edge rushers and outside linebackers that play some D line, but they're
No true DN pass
yeah
rusher.
no. Because you got what's
I
his name?
think,
Ajabo. He
I
plays
think-
some D line, but he's more of a linebacker.
I know the Ravens lost one of their guards. They could draft a guard to replace.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like as much as we could bring up the most predictable prospect, this draft this year for sure has been like, oh, we did not think you would go probably best available or position need, except you went for another position need that we didn't even have our eyes on.
yeah.
Like, I think, as far as for the 49ers,
I think in terms of how the Ravens are constructed,
hmm
I think they're gonna sway defensive end or edge rusher or D lineman period over a
Yeah.
guard. So I'm actually thinking Ravens go D line this pick.
I wouldn't be against that at all. I think the 49ers have surprised me this year.
Who are some D linemen available right now? I know big project D lineman Mike Green from Marshall. He's still available right now.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, especially considering how many project picks have gone already.
Yeah.
But when you look at those project picks, they've played at the highest level.
Yeah.
He played at Marshall.
A lot of
Marshall's still a D1 school.
a lot
but,
of teams are going with the high ceiling.
Yeah. Marshall's still a D1 school, but the project picks, like you drafted a project pick out of Missouri, SEC, out of A&M, SEC,
Yeah.
out of Bama, I don't even got to speak much on that.
Yeah.
Out of Ole Miss, SEC. But when you go to Marshall, I believe is in the Sun Belt Conference.
Mhm.
They're no, Marshall's in the MAC conference. I think they're in the MAC. I could be wrong though.
And
They just played a commercial for Shador.
man, pick is in for Baltimore.
I don't know who they're gonna go. I'm gonna go. Where's some edge rushers right now?
Oh, I was seeing something yesterday that most notable girlfriend out of all the draft picks is James Pierce Jr., who's dating a WNBA player for the Sparks, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Other
I
than
know.
that,
So Mike Green is still available. Braden Swinson, edge rusher from or defensive lineman from LSU, is still available.
you still got that kid from Arkansas as well, the one that has the condition where he can't have like facial hair.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I know who you're
I
talking about.
can't remember Jackson from Arkansas. I forget his first name. I think it's Landon Jackson or something
Yeah,
like
could
that.
be, could be.
Uh, he's pretty decent. He seems like a really raw talent.
Yeah.
Baltimore did grab DeAndre Hopkins, but
Yeah.
that age DeAndre.
Watch out, Lamar Cooper Rush is in town.
Solid backup.
Oh yeah.
Probably the best backup they've had in recent years.
Mm-hmm. They did add Chidobe Awuzie, so maybe
How do you feel so far with the Packers
see,
picks?
Patrick McCarry. They did lose their guard, so they could go guard.
How you feel so far with the Packers picks?
Pleased.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
I
How are you feeling about back-to-back defensive line picks?
I think it's you're allowing Robert Saleh to come in and solidify himself as a defensive coordinator. I don't think they were position needs.
Aside of how they're running things, how do you personally feel about them?
There's other holes in our game that we should have went after rather than go and establish your defensive coordinator back at his role.
Yeah.
Say what you want. Those guys, they look like some decent prospects, but I don't feel like they're proven at their positions. So that's yet to be seen. We haven't always drafted the best defensive player available. The last time we did that was Nick Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else that we've developed on the defense that have turned into leaders at their positions came off of the system that we ran.
Abraham said, "Is Mike Green still on the board?"
Yes.
Yes, he's still on the board. I think Mike Green could go right here, or possibly Braden Swinson from LSU could be going over there. Justice says defense wins championships. 49ers mindset. Yeah. The last times the Niners made their run, they had one of the best defenses in the league.
I feel like even with what we lost on defense, though, we didn't need to go address defense so much.
Yeah. So
our age now is on the offense. Let's see this Ravens selection.
Let's see who they go.
There you go.
There he goes.
Mike Green's off the board.
Mike Green goes 59 to Baltimore.
That is solid.
Yeah. So you have a raw talent that you can potentially coach up into a great end. I mean, a 6'3", 250 pass rusher with one of the best athleticisms compared to all the other edge rushers in the draft.
Yep. And you got Justin Madubuike on the other side.
No, so Marshall is the Sun Belt Conference.
That's going to be a solid defensive duo there on that D-line.
Yeah, Madubuike and Mike Green. That's going to be nice. Yeah, Mike Green's stock rose up because he was killing it in the Senior Bowl.
It's crazy the difference that those bowl games make.
See, whew.
Dude is powerful.
And that's an Oregon tackle right there.
Mm-hmm.
A Big Ten power forward tackle right there that he just put on his ass. 17 sacks in 2024 that led all of college football. And it doesn't matter what level of competition you play at, 17 sacks is crazy.
Yeah. I know. I didn't give Williams much love, but he had 14 sacks.
Mm-hmm. Michael Williams, right? Your first round pick?
Yes, Michael Williams.
Okay.
Again, 49ers, they're I think it's really you can find head coaches. You can find offensive coordinators. But finding a really good defensive coordinator is hard in this day in the league. A lot of them stay with teams or they eventually become head coaches.
Mhm.
Obviously, Robert Saleh failed with the Aaron Rodgers experiment. Um,
Probably the most infamous Steve Spagnuolo.
mhm,
He was a terrible head coach,
Yeah.
but for the Chiefs, he's been one of the best DCs ever.
Yeah, I like it for Saleh though. He comes back to familiar
Mhm.
territory. You still got some homegrown talent
That
that
makes
he
you
helped
wonder:
build.
Does Salah eventually pick up another head coaching position if it's the right place and the right time?
I don't see Shanahan leaving anytime soon, but I would like him to stay in house.
Mm-hmm.
And even if that means down the line, uh, Robert Saleh potentially becomes the 49ers
The
head
Broncos
coach.
go R.J. Harvey, running back from UCF, a 5'8", 200-pound running back, a speed back. So they get the replacement for Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
But instead of getting the bowling ball that Javonte Williams is, they get the speed back because
Yeah.
you do also have Tyler Booker, I believe his name is.
Tyler Booker is it no? Is it Devontae Booker?
No, who's
Tyler
the?
Booker's the guard that went to Dallas.
Oh yeah. You're right. Let me see.
Dang, they're picking fast. Commander's pick is already in.
No, it was Jaleel McLaughlin.
Yeah. Well, that's solid for them. You got a decent O line already.
Yeah.
You got, you're somewhat set.
Justice says, "What are players do you guys see that are left that you want on your team?" That's a good question. Let's
That's
see.
solid
Let's go see
question.
who's available.
I would take the kid from Arkansas.
Who do they take? RJ Harvey. Why? Let's see. Let's see who they go. Okay. So Washington goes Trey Amos, cornerback from Ole Miss.
Solid to add to that DB
Solid.
room.
You already have a stacked DB room. You have someone, a 6 foot, 200-pound cornerback that runs a 4.4, and you
Yep.
team him up with Marshawn Lattimore on the other side.
Yeah. You still got St. Juice in there as well.
No, he went to the
He left?
he went to the Chargers, I think.
Oh wow.
He was first
Good
team
job.
All SEC.
Mm-hmm. Keep playing.
He was first team All SEC, 13 pass breakups in 2024.
You need help? Okay.
I'm gonna go back to what Justice said.
Mhm.
For us, I would
Just wait
like
then.
Omar Norman Lott, defensive tackle from Tennessee. We did lose TJ Slayton to Cincinnati, so I could see us going defensive tackle, whether if that's Norman Lott or if they go where's he at? Darius Alexander from Toledo. Or let's see. Where's he at? Oh, here he is. Or Vernon Broughton from Texas. Or possibly Jordan Phillips from Maryland. The Packers do have a history of drafting more athletic defensive linemen. So Vernon Brogdon and Jordan Phillips definitely fit that role that the Packers draft historically. So who would you like to see, Chris? Who would you like to see them go?
Me personally, I just out of any O line prospects that are left over, to be honest, is what I would like to see added to the team. But if you have a raw talent like the kid from Arkansas sitting there, I know I'd sound like a hypocrite because I've been saying I don't like the defensive picks. Well, not that I don't like them, but it's just I feel like there's other positions we could have went after. I
Mhm.
I would take advantage, of grab a raw talent like that and just bring them into the room.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, so far it's weird because you thought we would draft at the positions that guys just recently left at, and instead we're just adding to cores that are somewhat already put together.
Yeah.
Like I think our linebacker room needs some assistance. Our DBs are pretty set. This is probably one of the best DBs groups that the 49ers have had in recent years. Same could be said for the D line. You bring in Michael Williams, but Gross Matos had a decent year last year, and he's set to potentially start with Bosa, and obviously Michael Williams would be in the rotation. D line wise, I think the Javon Hargrave experiment probably didn't pan out as good as we wanted it to, but we got some decent D line still that can step up.
And that's crazy because Hargrave was so good with the Eagles too
Well,
that it felt like, damn, the Niners just stole another defensive lineman that
Mhm.
they're gonna cash in on,
yeah.
especially for what you got him for.
Another guy that I feel he hasn't been talked about enough that he's slipping is Scatabo. Scatabo's out there,
Yeah, Scatabo is falling,
so
but it's not talked about as much because he wasn't as hyped as like say Shador was.
yeah, I know. Obviously, we have Juice Check in the
Shador
room.
falling in the draft is probably the biggest storyline in the media right now.
I think those are the two guys that I probably have my eyes set on the most. Is the kid from Arkansas, and maybe Scatabo. Just bring him into the running back room because right now it looks like we're gonna run with Isaac Arendo and CMC and Juice Check. Um, Elijah Mitchell's gone off the roster. Jordan Mason left to the
Crazy.
Vikings.
Daniel Jeremiah has Shador Sanders as the 20th best player. We are already at 62.
Yeah,
So where
round's almost
does
over.
Chicago go? I
Well, they
think I
just
could
they
see
just took
Chicago.
an old lineman.
They took O lineman, they took receiver, they took tight end. I think they go defense now.
What position group do you address? Do you get some help for
I think you
for
go.
Jalen
I
Johnson?
think you go defensive line or D back.
You still got Montez Sweat. The Josh Sweat went to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Kept thinking that you would pair them together. Let's see, Bears pick is in. A lot of guest announcers today.
Mm-hmm.
You got Des White out here announcing for them.
I know I did not just hear bros say the best team in the division is
Yeah,
the
how you
Bears.
feel about that?
I had to drug test that man for being on stage right now.
Let's be honest.
Okay, so Bears do go defensive tackle. Shamar
How
Stewart
do
from
how do
Texas
you
A&M.
feel about your division?
It's tough.
No, Bobby, play Fortnite instead. Cause let me see. I don't even know if that game works. But I mean, as far as like who the definitive leader is, who do you think?
Mm,
Dada, what you just pick?
I think it.
The racing game that you want, right?
No, the half mile.
Yeah.
I'm just excited because, like I've told you before, we've spent a lot of time running the division. That it's nice to finally have like that competition.
Let me know if you need help.
It works.
I know. Let me know if you need help. I think obviously in my eyes, I think the best team in that division.
It's the Lions, no doubt.
Yeah. Second has to be the Packers. I put Chicago last. I think Minnesota takes third.
Even after we lost twice to the Vikings.
Yeah. Just because you lose 2 games to a division rival doesn't change the fact how you really sit when it comes to that division.
Mm-hmm.
They might have gotten the best of you twice, but that was with Sam Darnold, man. They got to rock with JJ McCarthy now, who I wouldn't say is the best quarterback in that division.
Yeah. and I don't think he's been cleared to come back yet. They might go D line.
There you go, D line.
There you go. Omar Norman Lott, defensive tackle, Tennessee.
Yeah.
That was the guy that I had just mentioned.
Get a little refill real quick. You need help up here or no? All right. You want some more soda? Yeah, no. You don't know? All right.
So now pieces of the puzzle. The
McDuffie, Bolton.
Chiefs add Omar Norman Lott with Chris Jones, Karlaftis, Nick Bolton. Obviously, you still have McDuffie at DB. I think the Chiefs' next pick, they could go secondary.
Yeah. McDuffie's going to need some help.
Yeah. So Chiefs' next pick, I'm banking on them going edge rusher, or not edge rusher, defensive back.
Here's the last pick of the second round to the Super Bowl champions.
All right, last pick of the second round, and still no Shador. And honestly, it would be such a Giants thing with the first pick in the third round to draft Shador. Be like, hey, we just signed 2 vets and we just drafted Jackson Dart, but you know what? In case he doesn't work out, we're going to take Shador from everyone else.
That'd be insane. That'd be
It's a stretch, but that just feels like a Giants thing.
Yeah. I think it might be Cleveland that takes the guy, man.
Yeah.
Now, what are the chances that...
What are the chances Cleveland or Vegas don't take Shador coming up in the third round?
Because he's not the only quarterback available.
He's not.
You got Milroe,
Quinn
Will
Ewers,
Howard,
Milroe,
Quinn Ewers.
Howard are still there. And that's crazy because they were they were all like at some point projected first round, and the fact that they've fallen so far. But that just goes to show that Jackson Dart and Cam Ward have like the high ceiling.
Well, I mean, look at the league right now. You can't be like, other than maybe 3 teams, that this guy's replaceable, this guy's replaceable, this guy's replaceable. Like, no, they all have quarterbacks.
And that's why I brought up maybe Jacksonville takes a shot at Shador. Obviously,
turn it down a little bit.
Obviously, you had signed Lawrence to the extension, but at some point you have to take a kick back and wonder if T-Law is worth the money in keeping. And
I think at some point T-Law just becomes too expensive based off of name value.
Yeah, and that's why I think Jacksonville could draft Shador. And I mean, you already drafted Travis Hunter, so you already have the team chem there.
Don't be shocked if we see a world where Trevor Lawrence is eventually either a Dallas Cowboy or an Indianapolis Colt.
I agree. I didn't think Dallas or Indy, but I do agree that maybe by next year or the year after, T-Law is not going to be with Jacksonville. And I think it's just probably best for the both of them. I think T-Law needs a new change of scenery.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown, 51st pick.
I think Urban Meyer coming in and being a failed experiment for Jacksonville is what hindered Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. And then obviously Doug Peterson came in and helped them out, but then Peterson got fired. No, Brandon Graham's out to select the pick. Oh, yeah, so the Eagles added DTR from Cleveland. They also grabbed A.J. Dillon from us. That's crazy. You have a backfield of A.J. Dillon and Saquon, like...
Quadzillas.
You have...
King Quad and Quadzilla.
You have Quadzilla and the Quad Father.
Who in the hell?
Abraham said, here comes the pick, probably. I wonder who the Eagles go. I think the Eagles go... Do they go defensive tackle? Or they could go... the roster is just so stacked.
They could go D lineman. You got to replace Son Riddick and Joshua Sweat. Oh,
Oh, Andrew Makuba, Texas safety.
a lot of Texas and Ole Miss love this year.
Yeah. So they draft a 5'11", 185-pound safety from Texas. He is a solid. He does have good he does have good ball coordination skills, so he can find the ball easy.
Well, from highlights shown, he looks like a more of a nickel safety.
Yeah.
Sits in the box.
Yes, he is a nickel safety that has the ability to play very well in man.
I would like to see if can he deliver an impactful hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Philly's building on that defense. They haven't drafted an offensive player.
No, they drafted Campbell
Mhm.
and Makuba now. Oh, so
All
the
right.
Giants already knew who they were getting.
Yeah, pick is in for the Giants already to start the opening of the third round.
Yep.
Wow,
Watch this be Shador.
that'd be such a quarterback room. Imagine just like how it would just make Shador's confidence struggle having Jackson Dart in the same room.
It's okay. The Giants have a plan. They're gonna stay healthy at quarterback because you're gonna have Russell Wilson opening the game. Second quarter you'll have Jameis Winston play. Third quarter you'll have Jackson Dart play, and then fourth quarter you'll have Shador finish the game.
There's no way that they take Shador. OKC's picking second and third round.
That just popped up. Oh no, we're in round 3 already. Never mind. I'm slow. So no, yeah, that just popped up. So they might have just traded.
Who'd they trade with?
Who would have picked? Tennessee was picking there. Tennessee was picking there. That's my national anthem right there.
A lot of military love tonight too.
Yeah. They are also in Wisconsin, so Wisconsin obviously famously a red state.
Wow.
Not as red as Oklahoma though. You know Oklahoma has not a single county in Oklahoma has voted blue in over 20 years.
Not surprised.
Ain't no love in Oklahoma. Oh, Abraham said, imagine a world where Shador is Mr. Irrelevant. It would depend on who has the Mr. Irrelevant pick.
Yeah. Which we can probably look at that right now, but obviously trades can always change that.
Draft order. Mr. Irrelevant this year will be going to the Chiefs. Assuming there's no trade for him. But if there's no trade, then maybe your Shador to KC comes true.
What are the chances that Shador just doesn't get picked at all?
Shador goes undrafted.
Because
we're already almost halfway through the draft.
Hear me out.
And no team has shown.
Can you imagine the Sanders household if Shiloh gets picked before Shador?
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if you saw on Instagram, but Shador had like this whole thing with the hats on it, and then he had the legendary sign above it, and like I was like, damn, dude hasn't even been picked yet. And then I saw a Photoshop edit. It was him in his Colorado jersey, and they photoshopped the last name Sanders to round. So then it says round 2. But I mean, we're already in the third round.
Yeah. Darius Alexander.
Giants go Darius Alexander, defensive tackle from Toledo. That was another guy I had mentioned. 6'3", 305. Oh my god. He's one of the athletic defensive tackles, the lineman. That's why I figured the Packers might have gone and gotten him.
Crazy wingspan.
Yeah.
Dude looks like he can literally play all positions on the D line.
Yeah. He was only second team All MAC.
You get that guy and Abdul Carter on the D line with Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Kayvon Thibodeau, I think this pick of them drafting him, I think that kind of winces that Thibodeau's out the door.
Yeah. Unless you just make Thibodeau a linebacker and get him out of the edge role.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
it's looking
possible. You either got to move him positions or he's out the door. Because I don't see a world where you spend Thibodeau as just a rotational piece.
Here's pick 66. Shador Sanders to the Chiefs.
I was about to say.
I was about to say, Ashton Jinty's still in the draft.
So the Chiefs go Ashton Gelati, edge rusher from Louisville. That kind of surprises me a little bit. I think they were going to go DB.
I thought so too. He looks fast.
He looks a little. He looks like he sets you up around the edge before he actually goes
Yeah.
full speed around the edge. Very disciplined.
Commits to the tackle.
He does.
Grabbed that dude's wrist and held on. Okay. Nice edge rushers for the Chiefs.
So
The pick is in for
Browns,
Cleveland.
round 3, pick 67.
Is
Let's
this
see.
Shador?
Is this the Shador pick? Or what if it's the Quinn Ewers or the Jalen Milroe?
or the Will Howard pick?
I think Jalen Milroe on the Browns would be solid.
Yeah. I think it's not a guy that you're going to force into the starting position either.
No, because you're still going to have one. Deshaun Watson's not coming back this year. He's not going to come back till about midway to 3/4 of next year.
And you still got Flacco.
You do have Flacco. You could roll with Flacco for a bit, and once Flacco hits the decline of the season, then you're like, let's go. Let's see what they got.
Yeah.
But you could also have them as the third pick because you do also have Kenny Pickett
Well,
as your backup currently.
at this point, it looks like if Shador doesn't get picked by the Raiders or the Browns, he's going to be a backup on someone's roster.
He will.
So now you start looking at who does he slip to somebody properly to develop.
So let's see. Let's look at the teams who would need a backup right now. The Browns, I could see them going there. The Raiders, I could see them going there. Now we get to the Patriots. Patriots need a backup.
You just got rid of a prospect with high ceiling. You're not going to get a guy that's the same, literally in the same bracket.
All right. The Jaguars do need a backup. They did lose Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think
the Jets need a backup.
Yeah.
You do have Justin Fields.
You got Justin Fields. He's your bona fide starter right now.
Yeah. The Jets need a backup.
Still got Miami.
Or what if the Cowboys go Shador at pick 76 and have him back up Dak?
I can see that.
Yep. You have the Jerry Jones to Deion tie right there.
I don't feel like the Niners should get him because we just got Mac Jones.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I think Shador in the Niner system would be solid.
God, no. God, no.
Hater. Either you just don't respect Shador enough or I'm just too high on Shador.
I think it's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Because one, I don't watch enough college ball to say I have a genuine standout opinion over Shador.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you are high on the Deion system in Colorado, which obviously his son Shador benefits from.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be watching a lot of Colorado closely to see how they go with their quarterback from Liberty, or if they roll with Julian Lewis.
Oh, yeah, man, because it's gonna be
And
something to
and it
see.
helps. Have you seen the staff that Dion has put together?
Yeah.
He has Marshall Falk. He
We'll see
has
what they turn into without all his boys being there.
yeah.
Because this is gonna be all right, Dion. You're not motivated as dad, the coach anymore. You're now just head coach.
You're the coach. All right, let's see where Browns go.
Chances it's Shador.
I think there's a chance Shador goes. Definitely.
Wow.
Okay, so the Browns go Harold Fannin Jr., tight end from Bowling Green, 6'3", 240. So he is a bigger guy.
They're referring to him as Antonio Gates Light.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
he's somewhat of a speedster at tight end.
Yeah.
Definitely just a big body receiver
Yeah.
that's listed as a tight end for sure. Solid for them because Njoku's been solid.
Njoku hasn't really had his. He really hasn't had his Robin with him.
No, because Hunter Bryant had a year
Yeah.
and then he just fell off.
Yeah.
You've had rotations of guys.
I also
Play
forgot
for
the Browns
Cleveland,
did
but-
get Quinshon Judkins before we started this, so
Yeah.
they did get their Nick Chubb replacement.
Mm-hmm. Crazy to me that they didn't retain Nick Chubb, and that
Well,
Nick Chubb is not on a roster right now. I get the injury bug, but the fact that the dude is not starting right now, like running backs get given up on so quick,
All right,
man.
is this Shador? If Shador doesn't go to Vegas now, I don't know when he's gonna go.
Yeah. Well, you got New Orleans after Detroit.
They just got their guy though. They got Show, the quarterback from Louisville.
Well,
He
it
went
wouldn't be the
before
first
Shador.
time that you see two rookie quarterbacks on the same team.
Yeah. But so close together because you just drafted him in the second round, and then
Yeah.
you're drafting another quarterback in the third round. It was different from when the Patriots went Drake May at 3 and then Joe Milton in the 7th. All right, let's see where the Raiders go.
He's not getting picked.
So the Raiders go Darian Porter, Iowa State, DB. I actually love this pick. I was very high on Darian Porter. He stood out a lot in the Big 12 conference. The Raiders got their Jack Jones replacement. Jack Jones was a lengthy receiver. This is another lengthy receiver that you get for Jack in replacement for Jack Jones. He is an open field tackler. He is solid at man to man. Now, oh my God, does Shador not go till the 4th round or even tomorrow?
All right, realistically, you can say what you want about Shep, but they could still grab Sanders. Jets could buy in on Sanders as the backup.
They could.
There's still Dallas. Out of all these teams left over, Pittsburgh's still there.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh will be picking after Tennessee. I think at this point we're just kind of rooting for Sanders to get picked, man. It goes from, all right, he goes somewhere in the first round. I'm not a Shador Sanders crazy believer, but I didn't think the guy would slip into the third round. Hey, what's up with the TV? It's Blink. inside
But
joke. It's
hey, I don't. They're. I mean, I think that's kind of poor of the NFL. I mean, all you're doing is just showing a video of a white brick wall.
yeah.
No, I mean there is a floating hat there, so I guess there's something.
Yeah. For those of you wondering what the point of us saying that is, John Cena, current 17-time world champion for the WWE, is giving his take on the New England pick. We also got Idris
One of my
Elba.
friends said another thing is it's hard to pick someone whose dad is who he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zeke, watch your foot, Papa. It's okay. Ugh.
oh!
right.
Technical difficulties here.
Yep.
It's okay. We
Oh,
bounced back.
It's upside down. It's upside down. Hold on. All right.
With the 69th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the six-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots select John Cena.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah, we're good. We're back and rolling. Puppy, sit crisscross. All right. How's it look there?
Use the handle and lift it up a little bit.
Right there.
Let me see. Hold up. Yeah, right there.
Hey, watch your feet, okay? All right. Technical difficulties, but hey, here we are.
Here, I'm gonna leave it like that so you could read the chat as well. AJ's trying to find the stream. Let me.
All right, we got the Lions selection. Terrion Arnold, who was just picked last year, is announcing the pick. What is this? The Green Bay. You hear that?
You know, it's okay because the Lions have been irrelevant for years, even when they had 3 Hall of Famers at one point.
It's hard to
They
hate them,
didn't do
man.
anything.
It's hard to hate them right now, even though they're a division rival for you guys. It's hard because they're such an underdog, and they deserve to be in the position they're at right now.
Detroit goes Isaac Tesla, wide receiver from Arkansas. So they get a big body. They go 6'3", 215 receiver.
I wonder what kind of Tesla model he is.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dude's got some sport mode in him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a big body, dynamic for them. They did pick up Jameson Williams option. So.
Oh damn! I meant to.
Oh, this was during a trade.
I don't know if you want to have Xavier run this out.
No, I'll have to take it.
You want me to hold the mic while you go?
Yeah. BRB, y'all. Gotta go make sure my car don't get towed tonight.
Let's go. We double mic.
Watch your feet, Case over. Be right back. You don't give a fuck.
Daniela said, "Where's Mini Chris?" I don't know. You're gonna have to find out when you get here. We're on commercial right now. If you're here in the chat, say what's up. What's some questions you got for us? Shador gonna get drafted because Chris ain't there. You know, that'd be funny if Shador was drafted before Chris got back. But no, when you look at the teams that are picking ahead, no, yeah, I think a team like the Jets at 73 right now could go Shador. AJ said, "What do you think about the receiver the Raiders took in the second round?" That was Jack Beck, a receiver from TCU.
He looks elusive.
Yeah, elusive receiver.
Decent route runner.
Solid route running. I would say his comp was more. Who would his comp have been?
They said Allen Robinson.
Yeah, it was Allen Robinson. Yeah, I think it's a solid pick. It's obviously a project pick, not a prospect pick. But if developed properly, I could see where he thrives in the system with Genty, and obviously you still have Jacoby Myers, and you still have Trey Tucker, and obviously Brock Bowers.
Xavier,
Yeah.
you want to say what's up to the live stream?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. All right, whatever. Whatever, brother. He ain't fucking with y'all.
Wow. The Jaguars. The Jaguars are picking 70 right now. Where do you think they go?
Mm, we got Travis and BTJ.
You do.
You got ETN and Tank Bigsby.
Do you see?
I
Do you
don't.
see a world where Jacksonville could possibly go another receiver? Because obviously you're gonna have Travis Hunter play split time on both sides, so maybe you get a
Yeah,
second wide
if you're
receiver to help.
if you're able to grab the next best available guy, I think off of name value, we've brought up Isaiah Bond a lot of times during the last 2 days. He's somebody that hasn't even really been looked at.
No, he has not been brought up yet either.
I think the sexual assault allegations really messed it up for him.
Yeah, definitely. Which I hope he comes back from, because I do
Hmm.
think he is the best receiver in the draft.
Definitely the best prospect for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being at one of those drafts, man. Shit gets so packed.
That shit's right next to Lambeau too.
Hmm.
I remember when I went to Lambeau, 10 out of 10 would go again.
I'm Tyler. I'm surprised they went with Tyler.
Yeah, but he does have the high ceiling.
Yeah,
He is also probably the most QB ready because he has played the longest in
he's only
college
the
there.
third QB taken, right?
Yeah, it was him, Dart, and Nausha. Yeah. Okay. Oh damn! So I missed the Jaguars pick. So Vernon Broughton, 6'5",
Your feet, Xavier.
6'5",
Sit up.
310, defensive
Mira.
tackle from Texas. Another
Sit back
name I
more.
had brought up earlier.
Like this?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to lay down, but you can lay down if you want to. You want candy? You can grab some. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Okay, we missed these picks, but to fill in, 69, the Patriots drafted Kyle Williams, receiver from Washington State. Detroit traded up with Jacksonville, and that's when they drafted Tesla.
Hmm. Xavier, go around that way so you can grab something.
We got the Saints who
You
had
can either
just
grab
drafted.
from the bowl there, or you can grab from the jar over here. Okay, go ahead.
Vernon Broughton.
You got the Bills selecting.
Yeah, Niners are on the clock right now. I think. No, Broncos are.
That's the Bills. The Bills just picked.
Oh, my bad. The Jets. Tripping.
Oh, they get Landon Jackson. There goes the Arkansas
Oh, there
edge
it
rusher.
goes. They do need their Von Miller replacement,
Yeah.
which they obviously got Joey Bosa, but
hmm
now you add a great project that you can work on who's going to develop under Joey Bosa.
Yeah. You still got Ed Oliver there. They went D tackle yesterday, or no, earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They got T.J. Sanders. Harrison's nice. I think him slipping to 30th was a little underrated.
Yeah. Where do Jets go? Jets could possibly go. What do they need? They need a DB or safety. They could possibly go D line, maybe.
Do you get your Brees Hall replacement? Because he's on the trade block. I know you got Braylon Allen, but
Yeah,
I don't,
you could get your second running back. So possibly DB, possibly running back, possibly D line here. Okay, so they go DB.
there you
They
go.
go Azaria Thomas, DB from Florida State,
All right.
who I actually had as the 8th ranked DB in the draft.
You pair him with Sauce Gardner.
Yep, a 6'1", 200, runs a 4.5.
Florida State boy.
He's another Sauce type build DB.
They're running some big corners there.
Yeah.
Definitely an Aaron Glenn move there.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely looks a lot more physical than Sauce.
Yeah.
So I think you got a corner that obviously will attack you technical wise, and then now you got a guy that's going to attack you physically.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was talking to you and AJ yesterday, a lot of ones go against twos and a lot of twos go against ones. So
Yeah.
he could be that guy that gets under the skin of a number one receiver while Sauce capitalizes on the weaker matchup.
Yeah, definitely.
Dang, the picks have already been made. They just have to announce them. They just
Yep.
said the Broncos and the Niners have already made their picks. Shador Sanders to the 49ers.
Imagine.
I could just see that bullshit
Nah.
happening.
I think Niners got to.
All in one place. All year long. Welcome home.
All right, I think we're good.
All right. Who do you think so far has had the best draft?
Okay, yeah. All right, we're back. My bad. Technical difficulties on our end again. Internet connection issues. So far the best draft right now. That's tough. That's tough. Um, in my opinion, the Giants.
Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart alone.
Either the Giants or the Falcons.
Defensively, yes. Overall, the Giants.
Giants, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So we got Denver's pick and then San
Oh,
Francisco's
AJ said
pick right
Ravens
after.
have had the best draft so far.
Ah. I could
I can
see
see
it.
the argument for the
I
Ravens.
can see it,
The
yeah.
only problem I have with that is the Ravens haven't gone offense yet.
Yeah. They've definitely helped out their defense a lot.
They
though.
did. They did.
Just Malachi the idea of having Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton together is what makes that so impressive. Can't believe Malachi Starks slipped to the fucking Ravens, bro. Monty Ball.
Notice how no one said anything.
There's definitely not enough Broncos there.
There's not enough Bronco fans there to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Do you get your Robin with Cortland Sutton? There you go.
There it is.
Long overdue. I think that they should have been drafted.
You got a 6'2", 205 receiver.
2024 second team All Big Ten.
He looks stronger than he is fast.
Yeah.
Definitely somebody who's going to have physical capabilities.
Yeah. He
doesn't.
doesn't strike me as a receiver that's fast in open field.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to be like that big slot that you get
Mhm.
in those slants. But hey, another weapon for Bo Nix. Oh, here we go, Niners, man. Round 3, pick 75, man.
So where do they go?
Let's just not.
Abraham said, "I just took a nap. Nothing about Shador."
Still no Shador.
No Shador. We are at the 75th pick in the third round. We're about halfway through the third round now, and Shador is still on the board.
You got the San Francisco 49ers picking at 75, and
Yep. You got
Just-
the Niners picking. I could see where they address two positions. They can address linebacker, or they can address offensive line right now.
a linebacker out of Oklahoma
There
State.
we go. Yep, Nick Martin, linebacker out of Oklahoma State. There you go.
Missed 7 games in
In
2024 due to a knee injury.
140 tackles in 2023. Let's pull it up. Nick Martin. Let's see. You know who I'm surprised is still on the board? Xavier Watts, the safety from Notre Dame. I'm surprised he's still on the board right now. Or Kevin Winston Jr., the safety from Penn State.
This is 3 defensive players back to back to the 49ers.
Mm-hmm. Nick Martin, the PFF's 326th ranked player. So you drafted someone at 75 who was ranked 300 in the draft.
Look, we always reach when it comes to linebackers, and they end up turning out well.
Yeah, that is true. You
but-
also drafted Martin off of his game film. He's obviously one of those raw prospects that you can develop.
I'm not a fan at all. Like, bro, that 49ers offense better come ready. Because you're basically saying, you know what, we believe in what we have offensively. We're going to go ahead and build up the defense with a lot of young talent. God, man.
Oh, DB. Wow. So the Cowboys go DB.
Yeah, to
Siobhan
Jerron
Rebel
Bland and
Jr.
Trayvon Diggs.
He is a 6'1", 195. He did tear his ACL during the season, so
Nice tackler.
yeah.
Nice and physical.
So he is a faster DB too.
Somewhat of a ball hawk.
Yeah. Okay, so he tore his ACL pretty early in the season. He only played 3 games last year.
God, that 49er pick left a bad taste in my mouth, man.
Panthers trade.
This is the Robert Saleh draft class.
Yeah.
I think this is just proving what I said earlier. You can't find a lot of great defensive coordinators. So how do you re-solidify a guy and make sure that, look, just stay as our DC long term. We'll keep you. Don't try to crack at head coach for a while and just build on to what you've already built on before here on this team. I think the idea is just to keep Robert Saleh longer with the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
So you're letting him run the draft completely right now.
Okay. Panthers go edge rusher. Princely Umanmielen. Edge rusher from Ole Miss, so another Ole Miss guy. PFF's 50th ranked prospect in the draft.
The dude's strong. I wonder if we're going to see any more quarterbacks taken.
Probably not for a while. What would the media look like if Shador went undrafted?
I think they will have hell to pay when it comes to Deion Sanders. Good luck getting Deion Sanders on your airways if his son is not drafted.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It is what it is.
A little salty from
Yeah,
that pick, huh?
yeah. Man,
Cardinals pick is in. So best available player right now as of PFF, they have the 33rd ranked prospect in Kevin Winston Jr., safety from Penn State.
mm-hmm.
You have 35 ranked from Alec Ayamanor from Stanford. Xavier Watts, as I mentioned, 36 from Notre Dame, and Shador Sanders, 45. Which, even if you had Shador ranked as the 45th ranked prospect, he's still way below that right now.
Way below. And the fact that there's other quarterbacks you could take. It's not like he's the last quarterback with a high ceiling.
Yeah.
Milrose there.
AJ said Shador going at 83. Who's picking 83? The Steelers? Oh, I can see that.
I think they just have their eyes on Rodgers.
AJ said, AJ, this is a question for you. Would you mind if the Niners drafted Scatabo?
I'm not against it. I want O-line, but we're weak in the running back room right now because Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason are gone.
Yep.
So Scatabo would be nice. Honestly, any offensive weapon would be nice right now. I would just like to see it happen because, like I said, this is the Robert Saleh draft class right now.
Hey, I was thinking about this earlier. Is it me or does it not feel like a Friday today?
It doesn't.
Because I was because like how we were drinking yesterday, I was like, I don't want to drink today because I gotta wake up, and I was already tired yesterday. But then my fiance was like, I mean, you don't gotta wake up early tomorrow, only to drop me off at work. And I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot it's Friday. Didn't even feel like a Friday.
Yeah. I just hope that these guys.
I will say though, this is probably because of the headlines in the media. This is probably one of the most intriguing second days in the NFL draft. I think the last time we had an intriguing second day in the draft was when DK Metcalf was fallen in the draft after being a projected top 10 pick,
Yeah,
and obviously DK Metcalf fell in the second round to Seattle.
yeah. A lot of people
I
had.
believe he was the last pick in the second
A
round too,
lot of
or one of
people,
the first
even
picks.
though some people were high on AJ Brown, a lot of people thought that DK was the better prospect.
Because AJ Brown was the better receiver at Ole Miss, but DK had the physique and the raw talent that AJ Brown didn't have. That you
And
could
just the
have,
speed.
yeah.
Dude's so fast.
When you have a jacked up 6'4" receiver that can run a 4.4, 4.3.
Which I'm sure that he definitely gets the steroid check like weekly.
He has to,
Yeah,
and I mean he hasn't failed it, so I
yeah.
mean he's just gifted.
he's just like what 0% body fat, bro.
Nah, you got to be like 6%. I think it's physically impossible for you to have 0% body fat.
Patrick Peterson,
Okay,
another
Cardinals
Oregon
go
edge.
Jordan Birch, edge rusher from Oregon. He is 6'4". He does have long arms. He can get that reach right there.
Well, a lot of guys in this draft that are being drafted as edges have impressive wingspan,
Yeah.
and this is just another one of those guys. Um, I don't think the 49ers are picking in the rest of this round.
No. This is the third round. I believe the fourth round is also today.
I would like to see us trade back in and go get Scatabo.
Let me see. Yeah, so it's just second and third today. One thing to note right now, Timberwolves are up 20-16 on the Lakers right now with 4.5 minutes in the first quarter.
Wow.
Oh, I thought she was about to say Jalen Milroe.
Dang.
So, Texans select Jalen Knoll, receiver from Iowa State.
We having a hard time, Bubba?
Yeah, my game is not even good.
Jalen Noel, 79th ranked prospect according to PFF.
This is just, adding to the room that is going to be predominantly taken over by Nico Collins.
Yeah, you
and
did lose Stephon Diggs, obviously.
Yeah, and you need help.
You added Jaden Higgins.
Tank Dell's going to be out
So
for the majority of the year.
Look, as you can see, they added both Iowa State receivers.
Yeah.
They went Jaden Higgins in the second round.
And I want to say this is the third Iowa State receiver taken as well.
Yeah.
Watch your feet, Papa. We get Jonathan Taylor back out
AJ
here.
said Cardinals are cooking right now. They are.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals have drafted a lot of under the radar defensive players that are going to be very good plug and plays from day one right now.
Jonathan Taylor back out here to announce the 80th pick.
Okay, Colts go DB. Justin Wally from Minnesota. All right.
What do you think? Cincinnati goes defense again?
They could go defense. I could see them going DB. Or not DB, linebacker. They could also go guard. They can go Jared Wilson, the center from Georgia. They could go Seth McLaughlin, the center from Ohio State. But or they can draft a raw project offensive lineman in Dylan Fairchild from the guard from Georgia.
Dude, it is so crazy, man, that Sanders is still there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Horton hasn't been taken.
Who?
Horton? I think it's Trey Horton.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he's a Notre Dame guy.
Yeah. Another name that flies is Nick Nash, the NCAA Triple Crown.
Mhm.
But, he is also almost as old as some of the rookies this year. So, if I'm the Bengals, you did lose your guard, so you might get a guard. You could go Jared Wilson, or you could go Fairchild.
There you go, almost spot
There he
on,
goes.
man.
I like Fairchild because he is the project of the draft. Yeah, see, Jared Wilson was the center.
Got Tennessee coming up. They add another weapon for Cam Ward.
They could. So Tennessee just traded up, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see, who was picking there? Seattle was picking there.
After Tennessee, does Pittsburgh cash in on Shador Sanders?
That's a possibility.
We may finally see the Shador Sanders pick.
If Shador doesn't go right now to Pittsburgh, he's not going to go till tomorrow. Because you have...
What are the chances that the Steelers do go quarterback and it's not Shador?
Well, I mean, we've seen it already, so
Yeah.
I give it a I give it a likely chance. I think Mike Tomlin bringing in Russell Wilson kind of changing the quarterback culture in Pittsburgh. So I could see the Steelers going Jalen Milroe.
Trying to see what candy you got.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Meta.
Go ahead.
Xavier, you want another?
Yeah.
What you want?
Ugh. You want a high chew?
You want a high chew?
No.
Have you ever had a high chew?
You want to try one?
No.
No?
Too bad.
Look, you gotta try it.
No.
High chews are
Hey,
good. Look, try it. Just try it.
It tastes like fruit.
I'm gonna take these gummy bears.
AJ said the league is humbling Shador right now for his benefit, while also significantly lowering his expectations, also going to help him in his career. Not the league, but the GMs for sure. I think they don't like that Shador is the confident or the cocky quarterback that he is.
He's Deion Sanders' son. That's just gonna come with being a Sanders.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even just him, his personality. Just seeing who your dad is and how he carries himself, and you wanting to be the best available person that you can at your position, you're just gonna add that level of confidence.
Yeah.
Is it also maybe a slap in the face to Deion that, hey, you flirted with us on potentially being a head coach this year, and you decided to stay in Colorado? So guess what? We're not drafting your son.
I don't think so, because I don't think Deion was going to leave at all.
I mean, he had ties with Dallas. He had ties with Chicago.
He does, but he never
Yeah.
he never went in with Jerry Jones or
Yeah.
went on an official visit for the head coaching job.
Yeah. There was definitely...
Who
definitely,
is the Cowboys head coach now? Is it still Mike McCarthy?
No,
It might have been McCarthy. I think it was the other dude that it like.
I don't think it's McCarthy.
I think it was some nobody that they had hired as the
I think
OC.
it's somebody that was already on the staff. Yeah. What's up, dude?
Brian Schottenheimer.
They can't hear you.
Brian Schottenheimer, their head coach.
Hello? I don't think they can hear you. They can't hear you. Just sit down and play. You don't even have a mic on. Where's the rapper?
I put it right here because I just gave it to him.
Hey,
It's right here.
hey, I have.
Did you like that candy? A little bit.
Ah,
You want another one?
no, thank you.
I'll take it. One thing I don't like about high chews is how chewy they are. Sit down. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Sit down. No, sit down. Crisscross.
There it goes.
Is this the Kevin Byard replacement?
So there goes safety. Kevin Winston Jr., 33rd ranked prospect in the draft. And you get him at 82.
Oh, why are we spanking?
What's the draft buzz right now?
Door, man. Picks in. 83. Shador Sanders.
Hey, AJ, let's see if we called it.
Because Tampa Bay wouldn't take him. New England wouldn't take him. The Chargers wouldn't take him. Green Bay's not taking him. Jacksonville could take him. You're bored? Go play with your toys. Watch the stand. Go ahead.
Oh, I want
You watch your phone.
more.
You want to watch on here? Okay. Sit down. Okay, sit down. Oh, you want to watch and play? Okay. Remember, don't make a big mess. Shut up, Chubbs. Oh, man. Shh. Fuck up, Chubbs.
All right. Let's see.
Shh.
Steelers go Caleb Johnson, Iowa running back. Imagine that. Imagine you could just subtly flex 4 Super Bowl rings.
Bro.
And then you think that Tom Brady could go like this to you. Like this. That's crazy.
Bro.
All right, so Shador doesn't go to Pittsburgh.
All right. Cleveland is still there.
You know who else? Tez Johnson, receiver from Oregon, is still there.
The Raiders are still picking later on as well.
That's not going to be till tomorrow, I think. Let's see, because I think the last pick. No.
That's still in this round.
So the Raiders have back-to-back picks coming up.
Shh. Shut the fuck up, Chips. Damn.
Chips.
Chubbs, bitch.
The Raiders have 2 more. Yeah, they have back-to-back. The 5th to last and the 4th and the 3rd to last, I believe.
Man, it's crazy the dude hasn't been picked yet.
Oh, God. All right, let's
You're taking Shador Sanders to Tampa Bay.
imagine the Bucks go Shador. Jacob Parrish, DB from Kansas State. Okay. A lot
Shut
of DBs going today. Jacob Parrish, PFF's 107th ranked prospect. Oh my gosh, shut up.
Chubb, shut up. Damn.
Swear to God, I'm about to feed this dude 3 pounds of THC and get him knocked out. Give him half a Xan.
Strongly agree. Put that motherfucker down.
I don't know about all that now.
For the night. Put him down for the night. Daniela would kill you.
More than just kill me.
Yeah. She would neuter you. Xavier, do you want the last slice of pizza?
She said, I'm still here.
No, you don't? Okay, I got it. I'm going to take it then. Hell yeah, brother.
All right, let's see where the Chiefs go.
We're going Shador. To Kansas
Chiefs are
City.
getting Shador. Noel
Oh my
Williams,
God, bro.
cornerback from Cal.
Isn't this the second California school kid taken? Because I don't think there's been a lot of USC kids taken.
Mm-mm.
And I know there was a UCLA kid taken earlier.
Mm-hmm. All right, got the Chargers, then Green Bay up next.
Shut up, Chubb. Damn.
So the Chiefs did adjust their DB concern, though.
They did. I feel fat as fuck. I don't ever eat on stream or podcast. This has been so different.
Yeah.
It's kind of just been like, hey, hang out with us rather than let's have notes put together.
Here's the episode.
Yeah. Kind of different for us. I'm sure next week's going to be like, all right, let's dial back in.
AJ's right. Notre Dame's quarterback Riley Leonard is still in the draft as well. A very slept on quarterback draft class this year. But that also goes into teams aren't quarterback needy.
And the ones that aren't addressing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I think
the Giants got a guy.
It could be intentional because you know that they're not going to take quarterbacks that you can afford to take other positions in need before you get your guy.
Or are all these guys saying, you know what? These guys are okay. But we got Archie coming next year.
I can sign these guys undrafted because I know they'll be there.
Can you imagine Shador going undrafted?
If Shador goes undrafted, if Shador were to go undrafted, that shuts the door on Dion going to the NFL as a head coach at some point.
For sure. Faber. Hey, being too loud.
AJ said, Chris, your Raiders Archie take is looking very believable after how their draft has gone so far.
I've been telling you this since yesterday, brother. It's the thing. It's looking like it's gonna happen.
The script is writing itself, man. Like you guys got Genty, your receiver, and your DB, but it's okay because you guys are gonna win 2 games this year, and you're gonna get the second pick, and then you're gonna because then they're gonna trade up number 1. They're gonna trade up 1 spot and take Archie.
They just got to make the tank like less believable.
Yeah, like maybe you whoop the Chargers one night, and then you just like drop.
The only games, if I'm the Raiders, the only games I'm taking serious this year is Kansas City.
Yeah.
Go knock Kansas City's motherfucking head off. Lose to everybody else.
Yes. Hey, I was talking to one of my boys. I said the Packers could go 0-17 this year, and I would not give a fuck because I'm gonna still be high off the Matthew Golden pick.
Yeah. I would like for my guys to just compete this year.
Yeah.
I've already addressed the Super Bowl window with the 49ers.
All right. So where do the Chargers go? Chargers could go DN. They obviously lost Joey Bosa to the Bills, so we'll see how that goes.
I could go DN. They could go cornerback to replace Asante Samuel.
Yeah. If they go DB,
You could get a safety of the future because Derwin James is up there in age.
He is. He is.
There you go.
Okay. So the Chargers go Jamari Caldwell, Oregon or defensive tackle from Oregon. So not where Joey Bosa played, but you do go defensive line.
Yeah. Somebody who's still on that roster, which is honestly shocking that it hasn't been addressed for his position need and his successor because he's still somewhat of a dominant player, is Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
You got your eyes on anybody?
Let's see who's available still.
Jacksonville just did a trade. They're picking back to back after you guys.
Wow. So my eyes, who I would like Xavier Watts. I would like Braden Swinson.
I think the 49ers traded back into the third round.
I would like.
Holy fuck.
I would not mind Dylan Sampson or Cam Scatabo. We do not have a solidified backup for Josh Jacobs yet. Emmanuel Wilson was serviceable.
Yeah, Wilson wasn't bad.
Wilson wasn't bad. But Wilson, I think a Scatabo or Dylan Sampson would be able to carry the backup load better than Emmanuel Wilson can.
Yep.
I would like Jared Ivey from Ole Miss.
49ers are back in the third round.
So the Niners see someone they like.
And we'll be picking after the two picks
Unless
to Vegas.
the Niners were already picking there.
I don't remember us having multiple thirds. I know we have multiple fourths. I think we have like 3 fourths.
Niners were already picking there.
Oh, okay.
Who else would I like? Imagine we go receiver again. We could go like Jalen Royals.
I'll take Scatabo now if he's there.
Yeah, we do need our backup running back. I think they're going to go defensive again, though. They could go Chris Paul Jr. From Chris Paul Jr.
Not the actual Chris Paul Jr. Yeah, no.
From Ole Miss. They could go tackle. They could go Marcus Embo from Purdue. Elijah Roberts from SMU. There's a lot of people that they could go.
Yeah.
Let's see where they go. Savion Williams.
Another receiver.
So the Packers get another receiver from TCU. Savion Williams, I believe, was their deep threat.
Dude, 6'3".
Here we go. 6'3", almost 6'4", 220, and runs a 4.4 40. Okay.
That's solid. That's a big body guy.
That is. Let's just hope this isn't another Quentin Johnson pick.
That's
And
a,
at least it's the third round and not the first
yeah,
round.
yeah. This is a nice red zone threat for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, very elusive, fast on his feet.
Probably outside of Dobbs, because Dobbs doesn't get enough credit for his size
Yeah,
because he
this is
is a
probably honestly, I could see them going Williams now and Dobbs on the outside, and
Yeah.
now you have Golden and Reed in the slot,
and then you just shuffle in tight ends.
and you shuffle in
Yeah.
Tucker Craft there. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. I like
So the Packers get Savion Williams, PFF's 101 ranked prospect in the draft.
And this is just continued belief in Jordan Love.
Yes. Okay.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. Obviously, I'm still high off the Matthew Golden pick though.
No, but that's a good pick. That's a good pick. And just what they showed and the stature he has,
Mm-hmm.
it's solid.
And I think it was kind of already hinted because Matthew Golden was going off on interviews, and there was one Packers YouTuber, Bazaraki Productions. Shout out Baz.
If Jacksonville's picking back to back, why not just do both picks at once?
That is true.
I've always wondered that when guys are picking back to back, like, do you
With-
not have them already both thought out? Or is it like let's get this guy, but hold on, there's this guy too.
So the Jaguars select Caleb Ransaw,
was
cornerback
fast.
from Tulane.
Dude didn't even give an introduction or nothing. He just came out, said the name, and that's it.
Nope.
A lot of DBs.
Yeah, a lot of DBs have gone today.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? As much as
AJ said, Green Bay took another receiver. The bottom receivers are on the hot seat now.
yeah,
Yeah, you have Bo Melton, Malik Heath,
Christian Watson just out of injury.
Watson, and I'd say Wicks now. He might be going towards the bottom of the depth chart now.
Especially because he's one of your bigger receivers too. But Savion Williams is now coming in younger, probably an even bigger threat
Mhm.
to his
I would
accessibility.
like to keep Wicks though, but
Mhm.
I think off a ceiling, Wicks might get trade. A team might be willing to trade for him.
Yeah,
We'll see how that goes though.
man.
But I will say though, if Wicks gets traded somewhere else where he gets like high volume snap counts, don't be surprised if he has a breakout year.
Is Vegas not going to buy in on Shedeur Sanders with those last two picks?
Or what if Shador's still there and Vegas gets best available player for them, and then they're like, Shador's here.
Just
let's
grab
take him.
Shedeur. Just grab him now. Yeah. Like nobody else is taking.
How do
him.
you think Shador's feeling right now? Because you went into the draft
Potentially the second pick.
potentially as a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
We're pick 89 now.
I'm sure he feels defeated. Wise as like, I'm projected top 5 minimum. I'm not even in the first or second round.
We're in the 3rd round. And a lot of people on media were clowning Shador. They're like, now you got to wait till the 2nd round. But it's even worse. Now he has to wait till the 3rd
That's
round.
so fucked up.
And
too. That is
potentially we're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're 14 picks away from the 4th round, which is tomorrow. There's a chance he doesn't go tonight as well. All right, Jaguars get Wyatt Milam.
They keep
guard from West Virginia.
vamping up the O line.
So they're in it to protect. T-Law.
That's a big guard.
6'6", 300 at guard. Oh, yeah.
That is a huge guard.
That's a big. That's like almost Mekhi Becton level guard.
Would the Rams buy in on Shedeur?
The Rams they could go. You obviously don't have your backup.
'Cause I'm thinking-
Matt Stafford is getting up there in age.
Everybody that's left, you still have Cleveland, you have the Rams, and you have Vegas. There's
AJ said, Raiders, please take someone more athletic than Shador. Sanders' ceiling talent-wise is Derek Carr. Um,
I don't know. He's gotten a lot of Drew Brees comps, man.
I disagree. I think Shador, talent-wise, in my opinion, has a Russell Wilson ceiling.
That's a stretch.
In terms of the way they play. Shador at Colorado played
If that was the case, though, and the Giants saw that as well, I think they should have gotten Sanders over Jackson Dart. Because
Now, what are the chances that the quarterback needy GM teams haven't drafted Shador just based off the media and not off of his actual film set?
yeah, he's got man. Honestly, he's slipping because of his dad.
Yeah.
Man, here's the Rams pick, man.
And you know what sucks? It's got to suck for Shador because he hasn't really done anything to anyone or done anything. It's just the media that's portrayed him as this character.
I'm surprised that there's teams too that could say, you know what, we'll salvage you. We'll salvage you and just give you a shot just to be on an NFL roster. Like so many teams have done for young players.
Yeah.
Like a team that I would have thought like they'll take them based off of what they did for their starter is Baltimore. I thought Baltimore would buy in and just, you know what, Sanders, we'll bring you in as a backup. We'll develop you under the Harbaugh system. You won't start, but you're also an insurance policy if Lamar gets hurt.
I wouldn't have thought that because they wouldn't have gone out to get Cooper Rush.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, if Cam Ward does not become what the Titans think that he was everything that they needed.
I was going to tell you that after this, but since you brought it up, how crazy would it be? Shador goes to a team. Shador ends up being the face of the franchise, and Cam Ward doesn't pan out as the first overall pick. Now, as we brought it, the media twists the stories into propaganda. And now the media is portraying this as Shador Sanders falls in the draft due to egotistic character and father as the coach. But in that scenario, if it were to happen, it would be Titans failed number 1 overall draft pick was taking Cam Ward and not Shador a mistake.
That's exactly what it would be. Yeah, that would be such a crazy argument. But I don't know. I don't think the Titans are ready to take that next step.
It wouldn't be the Titans. It would also be every other team that drafted a quarterback after him.
Yeah. Or just any team that drafted in the first round that needed a quarterback.
The Saints.
Yeah.
They drafted Tyler Shaw in the second round instead.
Oh, man.
I think the Raiders, with their back-to-back picks, take their quarterback right now. I think one of those is their quarterback.
I think they're going to go with Milroe.
I
think they go Jalen Milroe off of, look, we'll develop him.
I think they go Jalen Milroe because his skill set to be able to develop would be almost seamless since you have Geno Smith at your quarterback and how he plays.
You're not bringing in a guy that's going to threaten the starter. If you bring in Shador Sanders, though, you are. Michael Brockers.
Let's see.
They take an edge.
Okay, so they take Josiah Stewart from Michigan. I need to know, has who's the edge rusher from Ohio State? Jack Sawyer. Has he gone in the draft yet? Jack Sawyer.
Is he declared?
He is declared. Is he? Has he? He was one of the best. Yeah, no, he's still in the draft. So I'm surprised Jack Sawyer is still on the board right now. He was probably the best defensive end at Ohio State.
You look at any of those other teams. Baltimore's still a team that could take
But
another defensive end.
I think it goes to like what we've been saying. This has been a lot of high ceiling draft picks rather than the man who's ready now.
It's crazy they have picks in just like as soon as one gets announced, they're ready to go.
Yeah. Who did the Rams go? Or Rams went Josiah Stewart.
Mm-hmm. They take a guard, LSU. Emory Jones Jr.
Yep.
A lot of these O linemen have had impressive size too.
Yeah.
Nobody that's like 6'4", 6'3", really popping off your screen. A lot of 6'5" and up.
Yeah. AJ said Milrow as a runner, I think was graded the best running back out of college. I still like Will Howard and Quinn Ewers this round though. Just pick one up. I just said it, but I think with these back-to-back picks, the Raiders are going to get best available for their need, and then they're going to take their quarterback right after. I feel like that just makes the most sense. But as we've seen from this draft, you just don't know what the GMs are thinking.
No, they're highlighting Sawyer there on that list.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised Jack Sawyer's still there. He was very good at Ohio State. And it's not like he's an older prospect. He's 22, which I guess is
AJ, I know you're
more on the
listening.
older side. In
Who's
terms
the
of
Raiders?
prospects.
Who's the Raiders starting center? Because that center is available as well.
Raiders starting center?
Yeah.
Oh, the center from Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is available. I could see the Raiders going him.
You know, you go and get your young center to eventually be ready for that young quarterback.
See, what was his name? Jared Wilson. Let's see where the Seahawks go. And Jalen Milrow goes to the Seahawks. All right.
Does this force the Raiders to take Shedeur? If they had their eyes on Jalen?
If since Milrow's off the board now, so one of these quarterback needy teams are seeing the quarterbacks go off the board now. So let's see if the Raiders push for quarterback now.
So you got New Orleans picking. They got their guy.
And you don't have a solidified starter at quarterback, right? No, you just paid Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously Sam Darnold is there to be the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Milrow, a lot of upside. I think you got to be excited as a Seahawks fan for this. Or maybe you sprinkle in Jalen Milrow
on some Wildcat, yeah.
On another portion of the playbook where they're like, "Hey, Darnold, we know you're not like as quick, Darnold.
You're not a runner, yeah.
No, but Darnold can run though.
He can, but he's getting up there in age where he shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
And that room, I think Milrow clearly Darnold, comes in and becomes the backup.
Sam Howell. I agree.
I think, you know, Sam Howell is sad that the Commanders gave up on him so fast. But you're able to go get Jaden Daniels, I guess.
Their center is Andre James.
How would you feel,
We have
AJ, about
JPJ,
the
who played center in college.
how would you feel about the Georgia center if that's something you can land, man? Because it's sometimes you want to go get a young center to develop with the O line that you currently have.
Yeah. All right. AJ, Jalen Milrose off the board. Would you still want Quinn Ewers over Shador at this point in the draft if
Or
they go
possibly
quarterback?
Will Howard as well.
Or Will Howard?
That's crazy. You don't see a lot of players getting traded anymore on draft day, but you see a lot of just draft picks straight up.
Yeah. When was the last time we had a player traded on draft day? Would that be the Eli Manning trade?
Possibly, or like where there was a player involved in a package, maybe. But I don't think there's ever been anybody like big name like.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like a player gets drafted to a team and they're like, oh, by the way, we just traded you.
Well, yeah, Eli said he wasn't going to play
Team.
in San Diego. You okay, Papa?
Traded on draft night.
You want a snack or something? What you want? What you want? You check. You just gotta look and ask. Tell Jesse, what does he have as snacks? You scared? Why you scared? The pick is in for New Orleans.
AJ says 1 Will Howard, 2 Quinn Ewers, 3 Sanders. He knows there's candy for him. He already ate almost half the jar.
Dever. We gotta ask Jesse.
All right, where do the Saints go? Giannis Sanker, safety from Virginia. Okay. All right. Now we got some teams that could get Shador. We have Cleveland coming up at 94. We have New England possibly as a backup at 95. You have maybe Minnesota as a backup. Unlikely, but
No way.
highly unlikely.
Yeah.
Vegas is a real possibility. How funny would it be if the Falcons did it? Because they did it with Penix last year and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but you did that because you wanted to set up your young starter.
Yeah.
But imagine Atlanta drafts the prodigal son of the father.
Yeah.
They did draft Eon.
Yeah. You just saw. I think teams that need a backup or a starter might start going quarterback because you just saw Milroe go off the board.
Yeah. If it's not Cleveland, it has to be the Raiders. And if it's not the Raiders, we're really going to go to day 3 and no Shador drafted.
Chris can't say no to his kid. Have Xavier ask him for wings. Xavier, you want wings?
He doesn't like wings.
Oh, he don't like wings.
He's a pizza kid.
Oh,
He's a pizza and McDonald's kid.
Too late. I ate the last of my donuts yesterday, or else I would have gave you one.
What are you watching?
All right. I will be back. I'm going to have my co host here take over the stream. If you need to look at the chat, right here.
Oh yeah. All right. There's candy for him.
See you guys in an hour.
In an hour? Oh, this motherfucker's gonna blow up the bathroom, y'all. Okay. All right. Let's see. How's the chat going? Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Chris. Solo dolo right now. I guess this is where I get the chance to talk about the 49ers, man. Look, bro, I'm not so keen on us grabbing so many defensive players, but like I was telling Jay, this is the Robert Saleh draft class, man. I think they're just solidifying his position and his stance on the team. So they're rebuilding the defense in his image. I'm excited for him, but there are some key components that I thought we could have capitalized for the offense. You know, tackles are necessary. Dominic Pooney was a blessing last year, sleeper pick, and um, you see a lot of notable names leave the team. So a lot of role players that don't get talked about enough. But two most notable is Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw. But I'm excited for those guys to get their opportunity, right? Like it's not a spiteful thing, but it does suck that they don't stay and you know allow us to continue the mission to chase for a championship. But we get some young guys coming in, and they're gonna come in and be developed to play the Niner way of football. And I just have to, you know, accept them for what they're worth. Uh, Dylan Gabriel over Sanders. Wow. Good luck, Daniela. Okay, it's not happening. Okay, no food. You can come home and cook some, woman. uh, Man, you still got a lot of notable names. But that Cleveland pick is in. This is potentially a landing spot for Shedeur Sanders. That's really the talk of the last couple days here. And probably going to be what continues on if he doesn't get picked by the Raiders. All right. Brown selection in. Let's hear what they got to say. Wow. Another quarterback gets taken. Hey, Jay! Dylan Gabriel to Cleveland. Grab a snack, Zimmer. Just grab a candy there. All right. Well, there you go, AJ. That is another quarterback taken off the board, kind of forcing the Raiders now. There's three options left, man. Milroe's gone. Gabriel's gone. You got Will Howard, Brock Ewers, and Shedeur Sanders. So it's just a matter of who's going to buy in now. Or who you guys are set to buy in on. Because, okay, I just see a trade right now. There's a pick swap. After New England, it was supposed to be Philly picking, but they swapped with Atlanta. So Atlanta might see something out there that they want to go grab. Do they do what AJ has said before and go hoard a pick? Raiders take a QB. They got to, man. They got to. I think you guys, are going to possibly build onto the O-line. I would grab that Georgia center if he's available. Man, you got New England coming up. That was an interesting pick, though. You get Dylan Gabriel to join a QB room that's led by Joe Flacco as the veteran. former comeback player of the year. You got Kenny Pickett, you know, former Eagle, former Pittsburgh Steeler, and he's, you know, kind of in a rotational role there. Dylan Gabriel comes in there and gets to develop. You know, Deshaun Watson's set to miss the entirety of next year. So, all right, we got the selection in for the New England Patriots. Howard. Howard to the Raiders. We'll see, man. We'll see. Got Patriots selecting. They could go and get a backup. Jared Wilson, the highly touted Georgia center. Keys is strong base, smart, stays attached. 6'3", 310-pound center goes to New England to develop into a starting center eventually for Drake May. Impressive for New England because they go from being one of those veteran dynasties to building from the ground up. And um, Mike Vrabel is doing a great job with what was kind of already put together from Gerard Mayo, and getting a lot of young key pieces. They got Henderson coming from Ohio. You got the receiver there. And then Will Campbell too. Like, you're really building a youth movement when it comes to that O line, and you happen to have two solid O line prospects go to the same O line. Um, they just announced what I brought up earlier that Atlanta traded up and swapped picks with Philadelphia. So a little bird to bird exchange there. Um, let's see what Atlanta goes with. Or like we said earlier, do they hoard a quarterback, or do they go ahead and add another defensive weapon? They've been pretty impressive on defense. Let me know if this sounds too loud. I'm over here holding two mics. All right. Xavier Watts, the Notre Dame safety, goes to Atlanta. That's potentially going to be the replacement for Justin Simmons no longer being a part of that roster. He joins Jesse Bates. Um, Somewhat of a ball hawk. He's a lengthy DB. Smart move for them. They're building on that defense. You know, they have a lot of key offensive players, so they don't really have to go so crazy on the offense. Even their O line is still relatively young. Um, Smart move for them. He's a disruptor. He had 6 interceptions last year. He was tied for second in FBS, so solid for them. I'm a fan of the move. Let's see, what's AJ saying? Atlanta did very well this draft. Yeah, especially defensive wise, man. You know, they got Javon Walker, James Pierce, two bookend DNs, and now you got Xavier Watts, solid safety. Uh, Helps their DB room. You got Jesse Bates there, AJ Terrell. Um, Youth movement going on in Atlanta for sure, and gonna be a problem in the next coming seasons for sure, especially in that division. Houston's pick is in. Let's see what they roll with, man. You know, they've been pretty going aggressive when it comes to receivers because they know Diggs is out. Diggs is gone. He's in New England. Um, so Xavier Watts just went to Atlanta, and then the Georgia center went to fuck. What did he just go to? Cleveland. No, to New
New
England.
England.
New England.
All right,
All right.
we're back.
We got Jay back in here. But yeah, strong defensive draft from Atlanta.
Oh, there goes that might be the first USC
I
player.
think it is the first USC player, and I think this is only the third California local guy for us.
Yeah, I want to know, where's Damani Jackson? Did he declare for the draft this year? He
I'm a fan of this draft for the Atlanta Falcons.
No, I don't think he's declared for the draft.
Oh, and Atlanta and Philly did swap picks.
Okay.
That's how they were able to land Watts.
Dude.
Man. So when we come back, we got Houston picking, and then we got the back-to-back Raider picks.
Mm. Okay, so no, Damani Jackson didn't declare for the draft. But next year's draft, Damani Jackson is going to be a name to watch out for. Cornerback from Alabama.
What do you think about Dylan Gabriel going to Cleveland?
Just a lot of more media news to spin. AJ said Atlanta did very well with this draft. I agree. I
Yeah.
think Atlanta, aside of the Giants, have killed this draft.
Especially on the defensive side of the ball. I just said that.
When you get Javon Walker and James Pierce Jr. on the same team
Yeah.
like that, can't beat that.
New England, don't sleep on them, though. They get
New
probably
England has
two-
hit on the draft.
two of the best offensive line prospects, and you get them on the same line.
Not to mention, you get one of the best center prospects
Yeah.
in the third round.
Yeah. Probably the best center prospect.
Mm-hmm. You can argue that, yeah.
Yeah. You okay, Papa? What do you got in here?
I don't know. If you see something, go ahead and grab it.
I almost want to old school this.
Oh, hold up. Don't mind me. I'm going to get off screen real quick. Here, I got this.
Is ever you want a light bulb?
Here. Try that.
What is it? Not a fan. Not a fan. It tastes like a razzmatazz bang.
Mm-hmm. The other flavors are good. I'll let you know when I get another one.
Hey, that's not a.
No, this is self-sponsor.
Oh,
Hey, shout out Excess Energy. More information will be coming on the channel soon. Starting up a new business. We'll let you know. Excess Energy.
hey, shout out W as well. The energy drink that helps you be better.
Yep. And shout out Dubby, the energy drink to help you be better.
Hey, W, fuck with us, please. We've been shouting you out a lot. We just want some love.
Go to w.gg and go get yourself a tub or a can or even a starter pack. Use code CV Central at checkout. Get 10% off. AJ, you can't say that you don't know how to get there because I sent you the link earlier. I think I did. That might be a self-neck.
Xavier, you want these muffins? Bruh.
As a matter of fact, AJ, just because I'm not sure,
Gonna resend it.
I'm gonna send it right now.
Xavier, you want some graham crackers? All right, man. I don't know what the hell to give you. All right, I'm gonna.
All right, let's see where the Raiders
Do
go.
this old school, bruh.
Oh, you're just gonna eat it?
Yeah. Oh, you fucking did.
All right, let's see where the Raiders go.
Shador. Has to be. Has to be Shador. Shador Sanders. Let's see.
Okay. So Raiders go Caleb Rogers, guard from Texas Tech. So they go and vamp up the O-line. I don't hate it. Let's see. Caleb Rogers is the it's not showing on here. I couldn't tell you what his prospect ranking was in the draft. It's not showing up.
Hey, I'm off screen right now, but just know I'm busting down real quick. I'll be over there in just a second.
Prison chef Chris in the building.
Hey, I'm making a spread.
So they draft him as a guard because on PFF Caleb Rogers is listed as a tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So they draft him as a guard. So maybe you're putting him on the other side of Powers.
Yeah. Goddamn shit broke a hole in here. All right.
All right, Raiders got back to back. Is this the Shador pick
Is this the Will Howard pick
or the Will Howard pick
or the
Let's
Brock
see.
Ewers pick?
Let's see. So Raiders go Charles Grant, tackle from William and Mary University.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
So a project pick.
They refuse to go quarterback. They believe in Geno, damn it.
Hey, Raiders pass on a quarterback. Interesting. Hey, telling you, Archie tank.
I've said it.
Charles Grant, the 95th ranked prospect in the draft. So the 95th ranked prospect didn't get him at 99.
Have y'all never did this? Don't come for me.
You just weren't hood enough.
You just weren't hood enough. Or you just went to a weak ass school. We used to trade bags, bro.
Mm-hmm. I used to give up 3 chicken ones for the chili one.
Bro, I used to trade a chicken and a beef if anybody had the seafood flavor. Oh my god.
Lost me there.
If they go a defensive player for the 4th time,
If they go a defensive player for the 4th time, I think John Lynch should probably send out a message if he needs help because he's held at gunpoint right now. His draft has been interesting though.
yeah.
Definitely the most tuned in I've been for the second day. Because I'll still have the second day on, but I won't really be tuned into it unless I hear a name.
Bill like kind of jumps out your screen like, oh wow.
Yeah, kind of like how DK and AJ Brown were in the 2019 draft.
Mm.
But other than that, not really.
This shit takes me back.
You didn't put the seasoning on it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, really? Let me see. Let me get some. Oh, yeah, I smell it. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Just because it's a chicken when you can't really see the seasoning.
You know what's crazy?
Mm.
You remember when the kids used to say, don't eat the noodles like that. You could get cancer.
Yeah. Living live in color. Hey, fuck cancer and everything it stands for.
Yup. Shout out Xavier, leukemia survivor.
Leukemia survivor. Little mijo over there. Hey, son. Xavier! Fuck!
Hi, we're trying to do something nice for you.
You want some?
Want some noodles? You want to say hi to the camera?
No.
No. Camera shy.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. When we blow up,
It's all good when we blow up and you want to go on the camera. He's going to tell you,
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
When you pop off as a little football player or water polo player and you want to shout out your highlights. But like we said, we're going to talk about local sports in the near future.
Yeah,
High
football
school.
season coming up.
High school coach over here, and my little boy Xavier over there is committed already to the Lincoln Trojans junior novice team.
Okay.
Shout out to him, brother. Those picks were all kind of rushed.
Justice says at this point, Chris gonna get drafted before Shador.
On God, sign me up, bro. Take me right now. I got a good 120 yards in me for a year.
He got a good 120 yards. That's a good 5 yards a game total for the whole season. Then he retires.
Take Scatabo right now.
Take Scatabo right now.
Take Scatabo right now.
Well, let's see where they go. If they go offense, I think you just give up all hope for next year. Or if they go defense, I mean. Cornerback, okay, Niners go Upton Scout, cornerback from Western Kentucky. A 5'8", 180 corner.
They brought in a nickel corner.
Yeah, you did lose Talanoa Hufanga.
Yeah.
So how you feel about that pick?
Bro, that's 4 players to the defense back. That's 4 players to the defense. All right. This just means
Upton Stout, the 197th ranked prospect in the draft, and you drafted him at 100.
this just means that Shanahan is so confident in the offense this year that he said, "Hey, Saleh, have your way. Have your way on defense.
Yeah.
If I see a guy in like the 6th round, I'll go ahead and grab him. But go ahead and grab everything you feel like you want to get."
I still disagree with the Williams pick, though.
Look, Saleh's smiling, bro. I
Yeah.
love it for him. I love it for Saleh. But as a team, this just makes me feel like we're rebuilding, bro. Like other teams have figured out our offense. So many teams addressed offense.
Broncos trade.
Bo Nix's backup is going to be Shedeur Sanders.
At this point, fuck, someone take him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Minnesota's the last pick. Wow. Scatabo? Scatabo to Denver?
Could be. Okay. They got Savion Jones, defensive end from LSU. I like that. I like that pick a lot, actually. Savion Jones, the 104 ranked prospect in the draft. We're not going to see Shedeur till tomorrow. If that. It's going to be all over the news, though. Or all over Instagram. They're finally going to post a Photoshop of where he goes. Crazy. You go from potential top 5, top 3 pick to day 3.
They're like, "Hey, you're going to go 3." Like, "Oh, pick 3?" No, day 3. Does Minnesota take him?
I don't think so. I think Shedeur is not going to be taken until tomorrow.
Yeah. That's it.
So NFL draft starts tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time or 9 a.m. Pacific.
Looking at that draft order, does Vegas take them at that pick?
They could, or Jacksonville could take them, or yeah, because Jacksonville has pretty close picks together.
Oh man. Let me get the Pepsi way. Got thirsty. That shit's salty. You're not gonna get a skull in Green Bay, bro.
Didn't even work.
Like the 15 guys that are sitting in the front.
Ty Felton, wide receiver from Maryland.
Isn't this Bo Melton's brother?
No, Bo Melton's brother was the DB that went to Arizona last year.
Oh.
Max Melton or something like that. Okay, so Minnesota goes receiver. (2024) third team AP All American. Okay. Wow.
No Shador, brother. Wow.
All right.
They didn't even show Shador either,
No,
like on
they
a live
didn't.
cam, the entire round.
AJ said, new subscriber here. I just want to say, Raider. Get that shit out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck's wrong with you? Get a quarterback. What's up, son? Did you combine them?
All
That's
right.
So cool.
That's it for the draft.
You want some?
We'll
Let's move
probably record a quick segment when Shador gets taken. Probably upload like a quick YouTube short. We did upload a YouTube short on the YouTube channel. We'll upload a little. I'll try and get a little more up today, later tonight. But that being said, this is day 2 of the draft. If you like these live streams, as a matter of fact, Lakers are up 63-61 with the Timberwolves right now. We'll probably have a post-game review on that, posted on the YouTube Shorts or on TikTok. Go follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, CB Central Podcast. You got anything else?
All right, man. This has been different for us because normally, we're a little more organized. We got some notes put together, got, our own thoughts well put together. This is kind of just, we're rolling with the punches as far as like what we think best fits are for teams and, what we think their direction is moving forward. But yeah, it's definitely different and it adds another, versatility to what we do on this channel. We're trying to be a Swiss Army knife. We want to, be available and be, so diverse to everything. Sports media outlet.
Daniela said Lakers suck. I said what I said. But guess who's watching us on the couch right now?
But yeah, a sports media like outlet, barbershop like talk, bringing in guests like AJ, and we will have future guests, and just getting to show that we can do more than just record some organized edited video. We can put out raw content. Like if that's genuine, this is even more genuine because it's happening in the moment. And yeah, if you guys liked the draft day live stream, we could definitely do some UFC
A
pay-per-views
UFC, yeah, like the main card watch party.
and let us know if you guys, my wrestling fans out there, if you guys want us to
Pay-per-view.
do a live stream for pay-per-views. WrestleMania could have been one of those, but at the same time,
I'm glad it wasn't.
I'm glad it wasn't because it was a disappointing card, and I'll get into that at a different time. But yeah, just let us know what you guys want to tune into. Also, too, for those of you that are watching, like, do us a solid, like,
Share this.
not only just share this and expand it out, but for us, like, if y'all want to help us put together like a Q&A, man, we haven't done one of those. And it lets you know a little bit more about us and our standpoint on where we want this channel at and what we think could be best for us moving forward. But yeah, it's been a solid experience to do a live stream, and shout out to our real genuine people that are taking the time out of their day to tune in. Even if you're checking in and checking out, like, just the fact that you're there, it means a lot. So again, shout out Debbie.
Yep.
They're
Shout out Excess Energy. I'll get more into that the further down I get, but it'll be a big reveal pretty soon.
But yeah, I think just moving forward, I don't know if we do a day 3 stream, but yeah, now it's just, I think, where does Shador go?
Yeah. And like I said, I'll probably give you a call and we could do like a quick 5 minute quick segment like that, and we'll just talk about it.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see where Shador goes because I don't know where he's gonna go.
yeah.
Just looking at the 4th round, you could maybe see where Vegas could possibly go.
Vegas, Jacksonville, yeah.
Jacksonville maybe because they need the backup for T-Law, and I mean, you also could pair up Shador with Travis Hunter again.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That being said, use code CV Central W.GG. Go get yourself a pack, man.
All right. Check us out now on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and yeah,
TikTok,
check our
Instagram.
socials. We got shorts on TikTok.
It's all linked in our YouTube bio. You can just go check us out there.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm your host Jay.
I'm your host Chris. Hey, peace.